Alright, I'm not sure if I can be heard well or not. Okay. This is just my hand. Okay. The stream didn't let me do it horizontal. I don't know what's the deal, to be honest. YouTube, you suck. I'm sorry, don't get rid of my video. I don't know if anyone can hear me clearly. I'm gonna pin this. Yeah, let me pin this thing. Okay, done. I'm gonna wait for some people to come in. Alright. So, I don't even know where to start. I started this character design during the day, and it still has a few issues, I feel like. So I'm gonna try and adjust them, hopefully do line art as well, and test out some colors that may suit it the best. We're just gonna have to see. This camera doesn't like focusing. It's alright though. That's fine. Just tell me if the volume's okay. I don't know if I can hear myself. Should be fine. So, we're gonna be trying to do line art. We're gonna try and color this thing. Don't think I'm gonna be able to finish it today, because I think I'm just gonna be here 2-3 hours. But, we're gonna try and get it done. Now, if this camera would please, for the love of God, focus, we would be in a much better predicament. So, basically we're making another design for a character over here. So I'm going to be referencing this for the moment, just for like the face and stuff. This dude got a bigger forehead than the Ayaka herself. So that's going to be one of the first things I need to fix. Actually, no. First thing, we're fixing this ponytail, bro. I need this out of the way. I feel like it's too upways, too vertical, I guess. And it just looks kind of off. So I'm just gonna adjust that first. Alright. Yeah, that looks better. Some people might not see the difference. I do. He doesn't have the Ariana Grande ponytail. He got a decently large one. So we're gonna sketch that out. It's a very messy sketch. I actually don't know how I'm gonna break this down, but we will try. I didn't send in any of the references I used, so we're just guessing. So I'm gonna first clear out an outline for this. Who the heck? No. What do you mean no? Why are you telling me no, bruh? Oh, I just turned off my pencil. Okay, I was drawing nothing. There we go. Excuse me, why? Oh, whoa. Not bad. I'm just dumb. Duh. Start. I'm not that slow at line art because my line art is more slightly messy. That was so random. Alright. I zoom in and out a lot, but from what I see, it doesn't really affect the already non-existent. Hello, hi Spooky, welcome. We're just we're trying to get some line art done for this character design over here. I still don't know how I'm gonna break down whatever's going on with the clothes, but we're gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out somewhere along the way. I forgot to save all my references from my phone, so I'm kind of screwed. Luca Espinosa, welcome. Welcome in. I'm sorry that it's horizontal like that. It's just a problem with the dang YouTube doesn't let you stream horizontally. I don't know what's the problem with it. It just says, no, you're on mobile. You can't stream horizontally. It's kind of cringe. Your art is stunning. Thank you, Claire. I appreciate it. I got bombarded by comments on that first reel from that Sunday drawing. Everyone is just fawning over it. It's now my most viewed short here on Insta. Oh my god, on YouTube. So I'm pretty happy. I'm glad a lot of people liked it because it's definitely the most detailed drawing I've done so far this year. Because I like doing a lot of detailed drawings, but I don't get to do them very often as I wish I could. I want to try and do it more often if I can find more things to sort of use that symbolism for. Alright. And he looks like a snake. Where's his eyeball end? Okay. Yeah, that's better. We are going to... He has just 3 pretty decently short lashes. For this version of the design, I'm gonna give it square pupils instead of his original snake looking pupils, because this design is basically more sci-fi inspired. I would explain it in more depth, but I feel like I need to explain like the entirety of his character. I don't know if you guys even want to hear all that, so basically he's gonna have a more sci-fi look. Okay. This eye is already looking slightly bigger than this one. We're gonna have to fix you a little. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of some surgery in here. Okay. Not much, just a little bit. Give it some room. Close it. Sometimes you gotta turn off the sketch. No, yeah. Okay, that looks right. I always do this extra line here to separate the part that will be shaded darker from the chin and the actual part of the face. This side is what's gonna define the face, because I feel like some people forget the space of the face, and that's why sometimes your faces end up flat. Whose car is passing by? Turn off your radio, dude. Obnoxiously loud. They be at 12 a.m. driving with their ears getting destroyed with how loud their music is. I don't know why people do it. Alright. So we got the face done. I already said I had a problem with this chin. I mean, man, I can't English today. I'm getting all my words mixed up. This forehead is too big. I already have a problem with it. Like, his forehead ain't that extreme over here, so we're gonna have to lower this down. We're gonna have to make the line of his hair lower for this situation, so it can be appreciated better. His hairstyle is also different from his normal one. I mean, it's a different form. He's gonna have to at least look different in terms of the style. I was gonna give him earrings, but then when I looked for references on like sci-fi earrings, none of them looked that great, to be honest. None of them were particularly satisfying. They all just kind of looked, honestly, if you search yourself sci-fi earrings, you're gonna be disappointed with the results, is all I'm gonna say. And they were very mediocre at best. And definitely did not fit what we were going for. So I decided not to give him earrings for this. It just didn't fit. And it's not that it didn't fit, it just didn't work. They just were too mediocre. Too bad. I'm gonna need to break down this earphone over here. So I'm gonna start with that actually. Did I send? Hold on. I, in fact, did not send myself the reference of the earphones. So we gonna have to make crap up is what we're gonna have to make a lot of junk up. So we're just gonna do a lot of gibberish for this. I mean, I pretty much have a good silhouette as to what it is. Kind of looks too much like Gyro's is, which is another character. Kind of have a similar vibe going on. I'm gonna connect the cable. Need some cables going in through the body and stuff. This is going to be the replacement for the front hair that he doesn't have in this form. At least I haven't decided yet, actually. I don't know if I want to give him like the same front hair he has over here as he does in his normal form. I'm not too sure. I'm going to have to figure it out with the outline first. Character designing is very interesting in that regard. You gotta find an outline and sort of figure out what the core idea is. Like, I knew for certain that I wanted his hair to float separately from his head. Like, his hair is just literally floating around him magnetically. Because that is a cook, my friend. This hairstyle is kind of confusing because it's not exactly the same as his old one. It's very typical Chinese Donghua male who have like this. It looks like Shelia's hair actually. Just saw your channel banner. Argenti is beautiful as always. Argenti is stunning no matter who draws him, no matter who. Argenti is always the most stunning Honkai Star Rail character. Like, character-wise in every way possible. And no one can deny he's beautiful. Like, they can hate him all they want. He's gorgeous. We love Argenti here. I actually have an Argenti drawing I haven't finished. Because I got too overwhelmed by my own drawing idea. It was too ambitious, I fear. Okay, so this hair was supposed to be from the hanging hair, but it's loose. So he gets it in the outside. Cover this up here. Drawing straight lines with a textured brush is kinda the worst. But I like drawing with textured lines over using a smooth dip pen or a Genius pen. It just gives the drawing more, not more personality, but it just fits more the style. Like when you draw textured, a textured brush is gonna be better in most scenarios. Unless it's like, no, unless it's like watercolor or something. A watercolor texture, then it would be fine to use a dip pen of some sort or a pen fade. Okay, no, that's, the hair doesn't connect like that. Over here is basically supposed to be pulling hair, and then here is gonna be the hair that goes from. Okay, now we're back on track. I'm gonna outline the body because it's gonna bother me that I still don't understand how I'm gonna break this. Break that down. You are stunning. Who is this pretty man? This is my original character. His name is Nameless. Nameless Qinxing Shenshuang. I butchered that so badly. But yeah, I named him Nameless because that's the name he assigned himself. He did not give himself a proper identity. So, this is his normal design, and now I'm doing him an alternate design of him in another form. It's a more sci-fi inspired form. I'm mixing up both Chinese military outfit with sci-fi. You can't tell because this outline sucks, and I'm trying to figure out what I was thinking while I was making this outline, to be honest. Okay, Google will help me, because who's driving like that? I actually did not. No, that's not what you call them. That's not what you call them either. Chinese soldier uniform. Don't show me World War. No, that's not the one. No, that's not the one. I'm not looking for it now. Never mind. I forgot what the name of it actually was. Because it's like it has a proper name to it. I had a reference for it in my phone, which is the same phone I'm using to record this. So I'm kind of screwed. I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of cooked. I'm gonna have to kind of remember based on the sketch. And the sketch is really bad. Alright, I'm just gonna... We are going to break the... No. It looks like he has disproportionate body. Actually, I think that's what the problem of this drawing actually is. This body is completely disproportionate. So I'm gonna fix this. Watch how I will redeem this. If you remember, please tell. I'm curious. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can actually remember. I know it has a proper name. Because I literally had to search this. For most of my designs, I do a lot of research and stuff. But I also have either very good memory or super poor memory. There's no in between. It's not a Hanfu. Hanfu is the traditional outfit. It's not something else. What was that damn thing called? Chinese. Okay, what if I find... Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm confusing it for it. I might, yeah, there we go. I was confusing it for samurai armor. Yeah, cause I forgot that my OC is both a mix of Chinese and Japanese because he's half of both. So yeah, this was this was the one. Now I remember. So I'm gonna save a few of these so I can know what I'm doing. So basically, this is the armor you find for Inazuma and things like that. Huh. Can I find the references I used originally? Because I know none of these were the ones I used. That's good enough though. It was either Chinese military wear or Chinese or Japanese samurai. It was one of the two. I think it was samurai. Because I know the Chinese ones have one too. I just don't know the name. It was one of the two. Yeah, that's better. Yep, that's much better actually. I feel like now the problem is the arm that is now too hidden from the view, which we will have to fix later in post. Thank you, I will try looking later. Yeah, I recommend you look for it yourself if you're really interested in it, because I'm doing the best I can with the limited time I have to really focus on it. Okay, no, that's a lot of wacky strands of hair going on here. I feel like the worst part is yet to come. We're gonna fuse this, make another layer. We're gonna turn this down because if we do it all in one layer, it's just gonna get really bad. So this is the chest area. The armor itself covers the chest area here. Takes this form, goes down. Because this itself is chest armor. Perfect. The original had a very intricate pattern with how they did this here, which is all of these squares that it has over here. So I'm going to be adding that to it. I had the outline with it too. It was like something like this. I'm going to do this like that because the bottom here will be metal. Perfect. Okay, along with this comes this part of the chest plate. The reason we do this in another layer is because we do it on the same one and we need to do exactly this, which is liquefy certain aspects and perspectives. It's gonna be pretty confusing. As for the design of the chest plate, wait. Since we're going with sci-fi, we're gonna have to have a couple of things here or there. I really should have sent the references that I found. It kinda sucks that I didn't, because I had so many that were really important for this. Here we go. Let me look at your scars. There's a lot of neck scars. He actually has scars all over him. Like the entirety of his body is just covered in scars of his own doing. No, don't worry, it's not self-harm, though. At least it's not with the same intention as with self-harm. His power has to do with his own blood, because his blood can basically solidify and he can shape it into weaponry and things like that. So he does need to cut himself in order to use his own power. So he tends to use a lot the neck area, because the neck area is the one that has the most, oh my god, if I could English for 2 seconds. The blood vessels on the neck are the ones that produce the most blood. That's where it has the most blood. It's the most fatal area. So that's the part he tends to use the most. Alright. He has this shoulder pad, which was in a shape like this. In a shape like this. Goes, wrap this around. It can be a bit messy because we're just trying to figure out. So it doesn't matter if it's not like perfect liner or anything. Do you prevent? Okay, now I can't English. I was gonna say something that didn't come out. If you're aiming for perfection in an initial sketch, don't. Don't ever. You're just going to be disappointed. There we go. Gonna fix the neck area. I feel you. Sometimes my English flows out the window. He has a pretty cool power. Thank you. And yes, I do use my English all the time. I don't know, man. And it's always when you want to articulate it the most that it comes out less. It really sucks. There we go. I have another drawing of him, which is the one I don't think I'll be able to do today, because I'll be honest, this character design is probably going to take me a while to get through. I'm going to look back again. Hello, Bagel! Welcome! We're just trying to draw, and I'm trying to look for references because I forgot to send them. So I'm gonna real quick try and remember. Hey, I found it. What is it called? Chinese armor. Real struggle. Yeah, I'm so mad. I was so stupid. I knew I was gonna stream with the phone I use for references, and I just completely forgot it. Okay, so we actually found the name. It's just called Chinese armor from the Han Dynasty. To the person who wanted it, Alexandra, here it is. This was what I was referencing. I don't know where I understand where I got the samurai one, but it was actually this that I was referencing for the armored parts. Yeah, here it is, the traditional Chinese armor. Now if I could just find the ones that I initially used for this piece, I would just be so happy. You would gladly show me them, right, Google? Yeah, here it is. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Safari. Love you. You finally work for something. It happens to the best of us. Thank you. I will look more later. No problem. I'm glad I could remember it and just type it on there. I know it has an actual name, which was Han Dynasty armor. But I searched for soldiers instead, because I was dumb. This is the specific one I used for this. Show it to me again. This dumb freaking... This thing is so ass. No. Here it is. Bam. Okay. Back to... It kicked me out of Iris Pain. Okay, so back to work. This was the other drawing I was working on that I put on pause in order to work on the design. I was actually initially gonna make him shirtless for this one, but then I changed my mind because I didn't really like it. I could still do a shirtless version. Depends. Nobody at me though. That looks amazing, damn. Thank you. This snake over here, this was a pain in the ass to make an outline for. Hopefully I can fix some of its issues when I color it, but yeah. So what we're actually doing over here, so basically he's gonna be in this sci-fi version of the design. He's gonna have this sci-fi snake as well, which is actually just a bunch of cubes that take the shape of a snake. So like the snake game, but it's just a bunch of squares. A pixelated snake. Yeah. So we're gonna have to close that out again. Now we're gonna add in our references and put them over here so that I can be able to look while I draw. So basically we're doing a sci-fi version of this type of armor. This type of armor, which is already a very detailed armor in of itself, but instead of making it look ancient, we're just gonna make it look modern. Very robotic in nature. These squares, I'm not sure if I want to change them to like, I'll find out, but I'm not sure if I want to change them to like sci-fi symbols or not. Hold on. I'm in the wrong layer. Yeah, I was in the wrong layer. Don't want to draw on that layer, especially when I'm still like sketching. I would freaking cry. I know there's a trick for removing sketch from line art, but I'd rather not go to the struggle. I'd rather it just not happen. Oh my goodness. Just erasing there. You get all these cool ideas. They're so amazing. Thank you. I'll be honest. I don't know. I just kind of stop and think about them long enough, and I kind of find them. But I don't know. They just come to me. I don't look for them. They come for me instead. I never get art block for this very reason. My brain is in a constant movement, and I just don't know. It can be a very good thing, but sometimes it's a bad thing, because now I have like a billion different OCs, because I'm always getting a random new idea. Like, it could be such a small detail of like, oh, I want to make a character that has floating arms, and then I'll immediately make an entire story out of it. It's good, but at the same time, it messes up the entirety of my of my realm, and I confuse everyone. Which is why I'm gonna make a video talking about my character lore, because I want my followers to be able to keep up with all the bullshit. Because I don't know if I want that. No. No. I want that facing upward. Upward. Because this is supposed to be like the shoulder. Yeah, you're pretty creative. Thank you. I do my best to try and think a bit outside the box, or at least try. You know, you can never be completely creative. There will always be something that's been done before. But as long as you can mentally deal with that idea, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. I'm gonna, instead of doing the circles on both sides, I'm just gonna do it on one side. Hi, Victor. Welcome. I'm excited to see that OC video then. I'm pretty excited too because it's gonna be a lot of yap. A lot of yap to express. I always feel like talking about my characters, but I also don't want to annoy people. So if I make it a video, everyone gets to see it, and not just one specific person having to tell them everything until they get sick of me. Phil, you're never annoying. Your yap sections are the best. Thank you, Victor. I appreciate that. I hope everyone else thinks the same way. Because I know some people probably are like, okay, I like your talking, but you should be quiet now. I get it. I'm not offended. I'm not sure what design to do on the... Nuh-uh. Okay. I'm not... It's okay. I'm not gonna argue with you, Victor. I'm not arguing with you. I won't argue with you. You don't argue with the bestie. The bestie's always right. Which side? Okay, I'm gonna try to put it on this side. You put it on this side and see. Agreed. I love hearing yapping. And I love yapping. Me too. I found your channel today and I really liked your videos. Thank you. I'm glad. I do my best. We don't have the best quality, but we make do with what we have. My storage is always on the verge of exploding. Okay. Now I'm gonna see. I'm going to commission you again soon. And I'll be waiting for you. I appreciate that you do. I will be waiting. Okay, this side. Alright, I'm gonna need chat to help me with this. We make the circle on the right, or do we make it on the right or on the left? Right, left. I like it on the right. So over here. I'm sorry, I don't know which is your right. It's my right. I don't know my sense of directions. Okay, yeah. We'll leave it there then. So I feel like, yeah, over here maybe it gets too convoluted maybe. Like if it's over here, it's gonna be too messy. We can put, I like it on the right. Okay, we got 2 people voted on the right. We're choosing the right. So we're gonna leave it on the right there. Yeah, there's better space this way. Yeah. Yeah, I see it. I see what you mean. Can I make it smaller? Because I noticed this has like this extra line around the, you can't really see it in the live stream, but whoops, I didn't mean to. You guys ever touch the wand by mistake? I didn't mean to do that. It has like this outline here. I'm not sure what this is, to be honest. It's supposed to be like a, it's not a badge. I won't add it just because I don't understand it fundamentally. if I'm making a design, I want it to at least have a fundamental understanding on what exactly the amount of times I hit the wrong button on Ibis. Me! Every time I accidentally click on the magic wand. And it's always the magic wand. Either that or the lasso. But it's always the wrong one. It don't even matter. The misclick be crazy. I never clicked the right one. Okay. Yeah. That should be on this side too, but the problem is you can't really see it that well. No, because I'll continue clicking it. I sometimes wonder why it's not the one I wanted. Yeah, that's exactly it. It actually happens with the tool I'm using right now. So this is a custom brush I made. Yeah, I called it watercolor fake because I made it. And if I put it on the second, it doesn't let me write. Like, it literally doesn't draw if I put it on the 2, but if I put it on 1, it draws. So sometimes I think I'm in the eraser button or in another one and wondering why it doesn't work. It's just because of that. I don't know. Hypus Paint is just... that confused me so bad. Why? I get confused with it. And I'm the one that made this joint. I don't know why the 2 doesn't draw. It's just the 2. You put it on 3, 4, 5, it draws. On 2, it doesn't. It's just the Ibis Paint problem at that point. I wonder if it's like a bug or if it's just that the pencil doesn't work. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm just not gonna touch it anymore, and we're gonna try and... how should we handle... okay, I'm gonna pull up another reference. I didn't mean to click that. I'm gonna pull up, sci-fi symbols. Those are science fiction symbols. That's not it. You showed me them earlier. UI symbols? Okay, no. Futuristic. There we go. I just don't know how to... I don't know how to express what I'm thinking. My brain is 2 steps ahead, but my mind isn't. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, bye. I need to... I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Okay, so we're pulling up the symbols because that's going to be an important part of giving this texture and understanding. We're pulling up all the UIs for this. The mind is not minding. Exactly. It never is. Every time I talk in videos, that's why I have a script. Otherwise, I'm gonna be the entirety of the video. Cause I be not knowing what I'm saying. The mind going faster than the mouth is it's not working. It doesn't work. It never does. Okay, I put this one and this one. No, that's so real. It's such a issue. Because imagine saying some goofy crap when you're like a big streamer, you know, you just be speaking your mind and then just... it's like, I hope nobody thinks anything wrong about it. I just can't keep up what I'm thinking. This is actually better than the original thing I had. Okay, we're gonna do something similar to this for this section here. I'm gonna put some numbers here. How old were you again? Old art jump scare. Hey Victor, do you know this character? Or are you not that old? You were the only one that saw the Amino era. I don't know if that I don't know if you were old enough to know who that is. Okay, we're going back. How old are you? Oh no, I didn't add your age here. Well, I'm giving you an age now. You're 128. Yeah. I'm gonna have that number be in that side there. It's not gonna look like that. It's just a placeholder. We're gonna have a cool sci-fi font. So just imagine this is a cool sci-fi font. If you don't mind, how long have you been drawing? Okay, so digitally, I've officially been drawing since 2019. So so 5 years? Yeah, 5 years. But if we're talking traditional, I've been drawing it ever since I was in seriously, I've been drawing it since the 5th grade. But I've been drawing my entire life. So digitally 5 years, seriously drawing since the 5th grade. So I was 10. And then from before that, I just used to draw and trace over coloring books for a living. That be the era. I used to trace over coloring books when I was 8 or 7. Man, Amino brings back memories. Yeah, it was a crazy time. Very unfortunate what happened to it. That place is deader than dead. I had to go back in to look for this reference. And that place is dead. Deceased. There were 4 people online. When that thing used to have 1,000 members on the daily. It was kinda nostalgic. Kinda sad. Sometimes I miss it, but then sometimes I remember that some goofy stuff used to be happening back there. All the predators were lurking behind that area. I never met one, but I'm sure someone did. There was definitely someone unfortunate who did. Wasn't me, at least. Okay, I skipped over that one. Yeah, we have another piece of armor in this one, so we're gonna reference that in to sort of balance that out a bit. That should work. Gonna have to focus for a sec, because as you can see here, it's kind of very bulky up, and over here it was too flat. So we're gonna have to bulk that up a little. We're gonna have to add this too, so we know that this part is upwards to begin with. Here we go. Kinda, maybe, sorta. Yeah, it's fine. In this, it had a breakdown like this. Guess we could add that too. We kind of bend this in. Go like that. Alright, yeah, that's better. Perfect. So, this one has a different sort of shape to it. We can do that. That doesn't look too bad. We can do that. And then we'll have another outline for this here. This is gonna have a design, inevitably. Will it be circular though? I'm not sure yet. I could think of, because his original aesthetic has a lot to do with snakes. So I could add an eye design or a scale design to these shoulders. I'll leave it alone for now, but I'm gonna have to think about it. Because originally he had the snake pattern on his sleeves. But I guess for this version we can have it on the armor instead. Push that down. There you go. Ugly sleeve. Okay, we're fixing that. It's like a square or a triangle sleeve. Maybe... Okay, maybe... Alright. We have a sleeve somewhere here. We gotta kind of fix it. Cause it's kind of... Because I'm not sure if I want a rectangular one or not. I don't think I want it rectangular, but if it looks better rectangular, we'll do it rectangular. Tucked sleeves can be really tricky if you don't do them right. I'm gonna give it a ring around it. We're giving him the Hasune Miku sleeves. Well, not exactly, but I'm not sure if I want it like that or if I want it to have the snake working here. No, I think I'm gonna keep it the Hasune Miku sleeves. Except hers are actually disjointed, are not connected. Hers are actually separate. But that's enough. Welcome back, Hatsune Miku. She was never gone to begin with, though, so that doesn't make any sense. Alright. The big question is gonna be the belt. Because I initially made it this boring ass normal belt. But since we already have plain pants, we're gonna have to go with some less plain belts. So, we could do it in the dish. I feel like in the dish shape it would kinda... Let's see, by the way. Is this a different layer? Yeah. I'm gonna try it out. Different layers. A lot of the times I try to draft my character designs in a sketchbook first. But for this one I kind of didn't want to, just because it was too detailed to really appreciate in the sketchbook itself. So I just designed the weapon in the sketchbook and then moved on. I just smacked my head against it. What the? Ew! He's playing Bad Bunny, bruh. Ew. We hate Bad Bunny here. Yuck. Okay, we're gonna try. Okay, so we got this type of belt. But what other kind? Okay, there's this one too. So it's basically like this. How is this? What do you mean? Okay, we're gonna... Bad Bunny? Oh no, Bad Bunny is a nasty singer. This dude was passing by the house with this guy's music. We hate him, is basically what you can resume. His music sucks. No one should listen to it. And some guy just blasted it at full volume through the streets. I feel bad for anyone who decides to sleep early because they have to hear that. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm talking a lot of trash for... Okay, we can go with this type of belt or with this type of belt. This kind of feels like streetwear for some reason. I'm not sure if I like it or not. This feels more like armor. Feels more like sci-fi. Why does he look like he has a crop top on? He looks like he's wearing a crop top. Slay. Just wandering around with a crop top on. He's wearing clothes. Okay, that's beside the point. Oh, what the heck? Visible? No, later. Okay, so this or this. And kind of like this one more. Right, we're gonna try it. We'll try it. I kind of don't like neither, to be honest. They both kind of... As belts, they're kind of... I'm kind of iffy about them. I feel like they don't fit with what we're working with. Make them a little... Adjust them, maybe? What do sci-fi outfits usually? I tried searching sci-fi outfits this morning, and what I found was a bunch of AI squat. I forgot, but there's a way to not find AI artworks. If anyone knows, please tell me. I'm sick of the AI swap. I can't find any good references for like character designs because everything is just freaking AI. Bunch of AI bullshit. Okay. I think I have to... Here we go. Whoops, I accidentally moved the iPad. You guys can see it anymore. Okay. I still have a lot of questions for... the armor is supposed to be bigger. For some reason, I'm still not... I'm gonna try and make him wider. Give him more masculinity. Bro lost all his testosterone. See, this is why we love Ibis Paint. The liquefy tool. The biggest blessing in this entire app. You get rid of this and I will cry. Real tears. You'll never catch me not using it. There's a bar singing nearby, actually. Can you guys actually hear anything going on in the background other than my voice? And probably crickets? Because I can hear singing in the distance. Hopefully that doesn't affect the video in any way. Nope, only the sound of crickets. A little? Yeah, I figured. The sound of crickets is unavoidable. You know, when you live here, you either hear cookies or crickets. I remember in one video, you could hear chickens, and I'm like, I'm sorry. It came with the package. We don't have a microphone, so unfortunately we pick up on all the little... It's no problem? Thank you. I'm glad. I know some people are kind of... I would put music, but that means I'd have to bring another phone. Which is over there, but I kind of don't want to stand up, if I'm being honest. I'd have to play some OST or something, if it helps. There we go. I feel like I should design this. That's the realest feeling. Yeah. I have to stand up, bruh. I don't wanna. I'm very confuddled on what I want to do with this chest part. Okay, I'm gonna bring Giro. Giro, where are you, buddy? You're the one who gave him this outfit, so... Yeah, me. Here he is. Original. Thank you. This is Giro. I take up the whole screen. Hello. So, he's in the same universe as Nameless. And so he... Should I explain the whole thing? I should probably just explain the whole lore. Since you guys are here, I'm gonna explain to you guys the lore behind this. Okay? So basically, Nameless here, he is what they call a divinus. So what's a divinus? In this universe, a divinus is basically what they call, let me write it down. He is a divinus. A divinus is what they call a human who basically got worshipped by people which causes them to ascend and become divinuses. So basically, they are the equivalent of gods, but they're chosen by people. So basically, it's like celebrity culture, but if it could influence beyond the entertainment industry and beyond the aspect, it can influence reality itself. So basically, if you created a concept, you can be worshipped for that concept. And if you're worshipped enough, you become the embodiment of that concept. Do we understand what's going on here? Divinus is the god of a concept, basically. To put it in very butter and bread terms. That's so cool. Thank you. So, the main character is Nameless. And he used to be a divinus. He initially ascended as the divinus of immortality, in quotations. Because in reality, what he created was actually undying, which is not the same thing. In the context of the story, immortality is considered like painless, eternally living. You can't die even if they stab you, but you regenerate if they do. And undying is basically that even if they burn you, you'll still live, and your consciousness will linger. but you won't regenerate, you won't anything. You'll feel every ounce of that pain. You'll basically be alive even if you're torn to atoms, which is a very twisted and tormented creation we have there. So basically they thought he created immortality and he got worshipped for it, but he actually created undying and caused a lot of terrible things to a lot of people. So basically he used to be a very shitty person. He ascended by deceiving people. But then 10 years later, he suddenly changed. After an interview. Nobody knows what happened, but he quit being a divinist and instead decided he wanted to slay them. He wanted to judge and slay them, essentially. So now he slays divinists. So we're just gonna call him, you can just call him a god slayer. It's probably the term I would actually use, because divinist slayer sounds like the cringiest thing ever, but yeah. So you can just leave the position of divinist? Yes, you can. You can leave it. It's kind of like, you can stop being a celebrity. But people will recognize you on the streets and they'll know you're a celebrity. Unless you change your form beyond recognition, which is what he did. He changed his entire appearance, his hair, everything, to basically not be recognized. He completely left the position. But do you keep the powers? Yes, you do. You keep the abilities you have, because you abandon the post, but as long as you still have worship, you still have the power. You only lose it if you die, or if you lose the worship you once had. So the more worship, the more power. But people can turn on you, so basically you're powerless if they stop liking you. So even though he quit the post, more like he disappeared from it, his followers don't know what happened to him. They actually think he's still doing his thing, but he's not, because his followers are covering up for him. So basically, they're covering up his entire disappearance. He left without saying anything. And he doesn't regret it. He'd rather not be in the position anymore because of all the terrible things that he did. He instead decided he wanted to change and wanted to pursue 10 years of trying to essentially change what becoming a divinist did to him. Because he was pretty bad. A narcissist, god complex, abusive towards his followers. It was a pretty bad background he has. He has a very bad background. Very lustful, very gross. If I want to put it very simple. But now he's different. He's trying to redeem himself, trying to change in some shape or form, but not in the public view. Anyway, that was a lot. Giro over here is a divinist too. He is the divinist of high tech. He created a high tech that was taken from these little creatures whom he befriended in another universe that people destroyed. So he created technology out of these things. He had a pretty nasty personality. Yeah, he was terrible. Like, even if he died, he still wouldn't be able to make up for what he did. But when you do wrong, all you can do is really embrace what you do and accept it and try to sort of deal with that. You can't just move on, ignore it. So he embraces it, he knows. So we got these two little guys. He loves these little guys. These are his coping companions. These are his best buddies. People destroyed their their land. He kept them. He basically isolates himself with these little things. He didn't mean to become a god. He didn't want to. But he got so much worship for creating these things out of copium that he basically ascended unwillingly. And so it caused him to really be taken advantage of by his followers a lot. And by his, because under the divinists, there's the archangels, which are the ones who manage and take part of the power of the divinists. So basically, they're the right-hand man that should have the best interest in mind. They don't always do. At least Gyros' they did not have his best interest at heart. They were just as bad. So he would end up eventually giving this power to Nameless. And that's where this form comes in. He takes this form from taking his power. Normally, you can give your power willingly to someone else, or you can be killed and have that power taken from you. But it needs to be a god. It can't be a human. A human can't kill a god and take their powers. You need to be a god already to take another god's powers. If that makes any sense. You need to have that same position. Is there something that makes him not want to leave the position? Well, yes. His following. The people around him are just being very inconvenient, and he's very gullible. He really believes they have his best interest, and that if he just stays in the position, everything will be fine, and everything will be great. People love him. He shouldn't leave. That would make the other people feel bad. Things like that. It's like when a celebrity wants to stop being a celebrity. Many of them don't, because they either like the craft, they like the fame, or they just don't want to let down anyone else. And then when you have the pressure of everyone else trying to sort of want you to stay there, because that... I need to go, sorry. I will watch the VOD if possible. I hope you have a wonderful stream, and please finish the story. Bye. Thank you. Thanks for sticking around. I appreciate it. I'll be sure to put up the VOD. I initially wasn't, but because you said you wanted to watch it, I'll let it stay. So basically, he doesn't leave the position just out of being guilt-tripped into not leaving the position. That's basically it. He got guilt-tripped into not being able to get off the position. Gaslit. You can't get out. But eventually, Nameless would fight these people. Because Nameless, he heard rumors of stuff going on in the realm of Giro and his people and his land. Each of the divinists own their own piece of land, which are basically artificial islands that float above our city and our earth. So this is our earth, this is our ground. So, and these are buildings, and then above the buildings, there's a bunch of islands that are artificially made for just the ascended gods, or divinesses in this case. So each one of them has one. So they basically have their own realm. And Nameless was hearing that Giro's realm was having a lot of issues. And that there was a lot of stuff going on, and he's like, so is the god a bad person? Because he's not doing anything about these rumors or anything. He's not doing anything about the dangers going on in his own area. But yeah, it turned out, dude was just coping with his own life so much that he actually didn't know what was going on outside. His archangels were quote-unquote handling it the entire time. More like they were just using him. They actually didn't care. It's like, oh, it doesn't matter what we do, the people will still love us. Definitely. So he wasn't really a bad person, like Nameless thought, but he still intervened. And so he would end up taking his power because Giro would give it to him. Because he's like, I can let go of this power. I don't need to keep this. Yeah, take it. I'll show you how you can use it, and then I'll be able to finally be free. It's more complicated than that, I feel, but do the archangels spawn, like when a divinus ascends, or something else? Okay, so usually the archangel, there's only like 2 ways for you to get one. Either you pick them personally, or the universe ascend. What in the heck? The motorcycle! Shut up! Either you pick one, you pick a divinus, so it could be your friend, or someone you know, or a family member, or you get assigned one. The universe assigns you one. Because you don't ascend for nothing. The universe is basically the one that ascends you. It's not just, you don't get powers from thin air. It's basically, the universe itself is a concept. And so, you get assigned one. He doesn't have any friends. He doesn't have family. He has only these floating things. So he got assigned people chosen by the universe itself, and they just took advantage of him. And they were the worst decision the universe could make. The universe was not cooking with that one. No. It's like, and some of them weren't even bad in the beginning. It's just that they got greedy and ambitious when they finally got the power. Some people were not intentionally bad. That's so sad for him. Yeah. He's a good kid. Look at him. He's very cute. It's kind of sad. His best friends are these things and no one else. Now he has Nameless, who is his friend now. So it's not all bad. At least now he can be happy. But now that he doesn't have his power, he can be human. So basically, when you lose your divinous power, you become a human again. You become immortal, like everyone else. So you can die again. You can only last the normal amount the human can. You lose anything that made you a divine being in the first place. So now he's just a normal person again. The people still think that he's taking the spot, but because they don't know the chaos that happened here, but so he still gets, so Nameless still can get the power because he's still getting worshipped. The high tech is still getting worshipped. It's just that they don't know that he's the one that has it now. But they still worship the concept, so he still has the power. It's fine. It's very tedious. I feel like that's why I need to make an actual video dedicated to it and explain it in order. Because it's very tedious. There's a lot of like very specific rules. You get double worship. Yeah. Now he has followers from his own side and from Gyros's. Because now he embodies the high-tech concept and the undying concept. So he has both now. He didn't actually want his power at first. He just wanted to take it off his hands. But he would end up keeping it because Gyro just didn't trust anyone else with his power. He didn't want to give it to someone else because he only knows him now. So he entrusted him with this ability. And entrusted him with the position, basically. Man, that's a lot of yapping and very little sketching. You can tell I like talking. It's very obvious. I'm just very passionate about my little guys. I'm enjoying this. Okay, I'm glad. Because I can keep going. uh, so in this form, he's not gonna use the same colors Giro uses, but he's basically gonna be matching him to some degree. So he's matching them to some degree. This little guy ends up belonging to Nameless as well. So Giro has Cosmic. Cosmic is the name of this tiny thing, and this is his buddy. It's a her. Sorry. He is her buddy, and so this one ends up belonging to Nameless, and that becomes his little buddy friend. They talk like very few words because they're creatures. They don't know English. They only know a little bit because of Giro. Oh, very cute. Yes, they are very adorable. I like drawing them too. I don't often draw like little creatures. I don't often get the chance. It's either a disgusting monster or something human. Or something mechanical. Like there tends to be no nuanced. I don't know what I want to do with this chest. It just looks like he has a crop top on. Okay, I'm gonna go grab, here it is. So I have a notebook next to me. It just flew by the screen. And in this notebook, I have the design that I made for Nameless's sword in this form. Because his original sword is made out of blood, but since he's not using his power, he's using Gyros', his sword is different. So we're gonna try and draw the outline of the sword for this. Ooh, more lore, yeah. So when he doesn't, the reason his blood solidifies, by the way, is because he experimented on himself in order to create the Undying. So he didn't test it on anyone else, he just tested it on himself, which is why it was such a failure. He tested it on himself and he ended up altering his entire system and his blood, so it can basically solidify because of that. So he could still use his blood sword and things like that, but he chooses not to. Oh, at least he didn't do human experimentation. I mean, yeah, at least, but that doesn't mean but it caused some major side effects. When that thing became public, people thought they would actually be able to live forever. And yeah, they could, but not in the way they wanted. Like, just imagine getting burned, and even though you don't have a body, you're still alive because your consciousness will still exist. Just that it'll be completely decimated. So basically, you're like a ghost, basically. But you can't die, so you can't really rest. So all it is just you suffer floating around, mentally nowhere. You're alive, but dead. You wish you were dead. It's worse for the people who are like if you become like you're rotting on the inside, you'll still be alive. That's worse than being dead. Yeah, it is. It is worse than being dead, because at least when you're dead, your consciousness is also like, it's like being asleep basically. But this is like you're constantly awake. You can't sleep because the only thing you have is your consciousness. And your consciousness is not the thing that sleeps. It's your mind and it's your body. And they're not the same thing. So basically, you live forever, just as a spectator. You don't actually get to live. Which is why it's called undying. Because you just don't die. But you don't get to live either. You could be a rotting corpse and you will feel yourself rotting, but you won't die either. You can suffer a kidney failure and you'll still be alive. Just with all the pain of the kidney failure. And people fell for that. And that caused a lot of trauma for a lot of people. Because that's like getting, you thought it was immortality, instead you get that. Yeah. I think I'd be mad too. I'd cry, actually. It's not fun. What the heck happened to this bottom here? I'm fixing this. You should do that. It's a false advertising. No. That's such a funny way of putting it, but that's honestly, yeah. He really is. Like, he just sold them a false dream. And it was all, and he could have fixed it, and he could have actually made immortality, but no. He loved the fame and the savior complex of, oh, and now people will live forever, and it's because of me, and because I am a god and people worship me because I saved their life, I can make them immortal. He decided not to fix the issue. He had narcissism, ego, he had a savior complex, a god complex, and they were very interchangeable because he had a god complex with his archangels, but he had a savior complex with his followers. He was very shitty. He was a freaking asshole. But then someone knocked some sense into him, and he left that. He said, nah, screw it. This ego sucks. I'm getting haunted by the people I did wrong. I don't like this. This just sucks, actually. This life is miserable, actually. I'm actually a piece of shit. So he changed. Obviously, I'm putting that in a nutshell. That's not what happened. But I'm not gonna spoil what actually happened. Okay, I can't see the hand I drew. Where's my sketch? I'm interested to see how he wants to redeem himself. Yeah. He's taking a good approach so far. Like, first of all, abandoning being a god was the best choice to begin with. That was like the first, yay, thank you. Because obviously, when you're in that position and you're the first thing you want to do when you want to change is stop surrounding yourself with the things that made you like that in the first place. That is the first step. Acceptance and leaving the environment is one of the first ways to redemption. Like, that's the first path to redemption. But everything after that, I can't say. I can't tell you that. He spent 10 years redeeming himself. What did he do? I can't tell you that. I actually need to draw his younger self and his other. That was genuinely good life advice. No, I mean, yeah, we gotta kind of I'm applying reality to this. Like, it's just genuinely what you would do. Because honestly, when I write something, I want to try and make it realistic to a degree. Especially when it's I basically got inspired by people who are like this in real life. People who had tried to redeem themselves in real life, how they fail. And I kind of study that a little, and I like applying that to the writing and to the characters to make them more realistic. Redemption doesn't happen from night and day. Redemption means abandoning the things that made you the way you were in the first place, stepping back from them, rather you have support or not, because if you want to change, you're changing for you, not for anyone else. If you change for anyone else, then that's good, but you kind of need to reflect yourself first and want to do it for yourself first, and then do it for everyone else too. Because if you don't want to change for you, then you're just putting up a front then. What did I draw in this sketch for? Okay, I drew a circle on this part. Let me find it. And we put up the reference again. We're gonna use I'm gonna use this circle, this one, because it has more stuff. I think we can do more with it. And there we go. It looks more interesting. Make another circle layer here, and then what was the other thing I did? Okay, I just gave it some flair. We're adding these. Yeah, perfect. Okay. We got a sword. Okay, we have a sword, a sketch. I'm gonna erase. Erase that. Gonna connect that to the sleeve. Yeah, we got a sword. We're gonna fuse this together. Very cool sword. Yeah, it's actually a sword whip. So basically, it can extend. I'm gonna try to make another drawing where you can see the whip aspect of it. But basically, it separates and it just stretches out. It stretches out like that, and it becomes a whip sword. That was a wacky, but yeah, it basically becomes a whip sword. And the inside, it just glows. Glows in the blue color that I'll be using. I'm not going to be using this blue. Not only because it's a stereotypical blue, but it's literally Giro's blue. I'm not going to give him the same shade. Kind of reminds me of Mitsuri's sword. Oh, man, I forgot. The girl from Demon Slayer that has that really thin sword. Yeah, I guess you could kind of see it like that. Except hers is just missing a part of the sword. It's just extremely thin. Kind of serves as a whip because it is lighter. I'm not sure if it bends though, but yeah, I see what you mean. I see the vision. I haven't watched Demon Slayer. I just know that her sword is very interesting because I do remember seeing it somewhere. And that it's used for poison in her case. Like the sword itself can be used for that. It's a very specific kind of sword. Okay, we got some sleeves. I was gonna add design to the sleeves, but I'll be honest. I'm just gonna make the chest and abdomen area be the most detailed part of the design, along with the earphones, and then ensure everything else is just less detailed so it can stand out. Because too much detail is just going to make everything blend in, and then we're not going to be able to appreciate any of it. I need to fix the hair. Because as you can see, this is disconnected. It's supposed to be. It's floating away from his head. I should make more space in between this so that aspect can be more noticeable, because I don't think it's noticeable enough. Like, it looks like it's connected, but it's supposed to not be, so we'll fix that too. I'm just really bothered by this chest part that I can't figure out what I want to design in it. I know I want it to be square, but I'm not sure. I could make it like these loading bars. Or no, like those radio bars. Music ones. Have like this. Have like this effect on it. That doesn't look too bad. It looks kind of tacky, but it's a sketch, so maybe we can make that look better. Fix that. it's not facing the same direction as the actual thing. Liquefy, save me, please. Saved. Okay. Okay. Yeah. That doesn't look too bad, I think. I should make... Yeah. Ooh. It looks a little strange. But you know what? I'm gonna keep it as a placeholder for now. And then finally we have... What is this? Another belt? Girl just gave this guy like 1,000,000 belts. We're just gonna make it a this design. Yeah. I like the line weight on the torso. Yeah, I do that so it can like stand out and doesn't blend in with the rest of the body, because the silhouette of the body is like the most important part. So we kind of need to like darken it more to really know what's going on and separate it from thinner parts like the hair and thinner parts like clothing, if it has any. In this case there isn't. In this case it's just hair that flows to the back. So to separate, we make a darker outline. It gives some weight to the picture even though it's a sketch. We'll add the same amount of weight, a bit less, in line art. This actually would look like a sick belt. Hold on, let me cook. See if I could cook real quick. Let us cook. Just make a belt like this one. Yes, absolutely. Oh, yep. Let me cook. I've been allowed to cook. Alright. So we can get this. You can't really tell it's supposed to be this, but that's just because it's a sketch and you kind of can't appreciate anything in a sketch, but you can kind of see it. It looks like a belt, at least. It looks good, I think. It looks good, I believe. We also have these samurai side thingies. So basically the same thing that's here. We're gonna add them to the sides too. Just very small bits. Because to be honest, okay, yeah. That's perfectly fine, I think. Maybe less curvy here. because this is last Kirby. Holy crap. Giving them way too many curves. Yeah. There we go. Ta-da! Okay, let's... Website. No. Oh. No. We can delete this too. This. Oh, we can delete this too. It's higher. Okay. This is the... He's bald. Oh no, he's bald. Bro is bald. Yeah. We just need to... We'll know if it really looks good or not when we add the sketch of the hair and stuff. But right now he looks so small. Like he has no hair. Oh no, he's bald. Okay, I can put more effort on the hair because hair is not nearly as complicated. Let's add some weight to this hair. Okay, now done. That's not how hair is supposed to look. Make that. Hold that over. Hold that over. Yeah, it looks good enough. I mean, it's just like his other hairstyle. It's just the hair holding on for the ponytail. This part results more because it's supposed to be sort of like this side. And then the rest should be a little less bushy. Kind of made it too bushy. A little less. Just a little less bushy. No, I didn't mean to do that. A bit too much. Okay, now he just looks weird. This is the thing about drawing people in ponytails. You kind of gotta know how to do it without them looking like a sacking grandma. Or a grandpa. I don't know. I don't even know if you guys know what I mean, but they just look old. Okay, now we're gonna draw the circle and the hair. Connect it like so. Sketch out, where does the hair go? The hair goes down here, it goes through here. And then where else does it go? Well, it goes through here, and then it folds over. That is the flow of the hair. And then we got this hand that I definitely did not almost forget. Nah, I definitely saw this hand. I knew it was there. I was about to give him like the Hatsune Miku sleeves covering the hands. No, we're not doing that. Oh wait, his facial scar. Should make the sketch darker so I can see. Go like that. He has this scar right here. He got it back when he was human. It's actually a lightning scar. And it just, because he used to do a lot of odd jobs when he was human. And so one of them was actually being one of those people who fixed and used and managed, like, he was an electrician. There we go. That's the word. He was an electrician at some point, and he was screwing around with his friends in the middle of the rain, and they were kind of messing around with the towers and stuff. And so the lightning fell right on his face. It fell right on him. Because he screwed around and found out. Like a dumb idiot. Like the stupid person he was. And so he got that lightning scar. It reaches the rest of his body too. That covers his chest area. But it's slightly lighter in those areas. Because the thing about lightning scars is that they're not actually supposed to last very long. They actually last a very limited amount of time. Actually, I can find how long they last. They're not supposed to last. But to him, I made sure it would last. And does a lightning scar last? AI, get the frick out of here. I'm not listening to what AI has to say. Lightning tree scars only sometimes appear within hours of an incident. They tend to disappear within days. And there are a few cases where you can't see them. It's actually very rare. But it doesn't tend to last very long. I made sure it lasted to him just because he was stupid. Because he was freaking dumb. For being a dumbass, I made it permanent. I know, right? Google applying Gemini AI every time. Yeah, I hate it. I never trust it. I scroll right by it and I look for an article instead. That thing can go kiss my booty hole. I'm not using it. It's just not worth it. I don't trust it. It's AI. They're kind of stupid. I only used it I didn't even use AI for school. I only used it like once. And I still got a C on it, so it didn't even help. So I never used it again. I was like, you know what? No. I used it once. I'm never using this crap again. This thing is shit. Okay, there we go. Oh wait, this had another. Excuse me. Okay, I misclicked. Yeah, there we go. That's two. Did I just hit the layer? There we go. Why does it look like he has elf ears now? My god. Insert the Kendrick Lamar scream. Cause what the hell? Bro looks silly. Bro look goofy. God, we gotta fix this. I thought I would be able to apply the colors, but I'm being honest here. I'm so damn slow. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to. But I'll try. Regardless. Actually, I'll try and test the colors now, in fact. First, let me do his shoes, because I forgot. I forgot his feet. Bro was about to draw him without feet. I was gonna make him be like a ghost or something. He always has sandals on, so these are gonna be like tie-fi sandals. It's gonna have part of his bare foot visible. Like Scaramouche has only part of his visible. It's gonna be kind of like that. But it's gonna have more sci-fi. Yes, because that definitely makes sense. Obviously, I did not articulate that very well. Okay, there we go. Sideways. No. Look up. You can't see his bare foot, but it's right here. That's his bare foot. This is the sandal. His sandals mostly have heels, so I guess it's just traditional weird heels. I don't know how do Chinese and Japanese people walk in these things? Like, bro, those are stiletto. They're probably just as bad. Like, who can walk in these things? The amount of, yeah, I trip in heels. And they could be like the smallest heel, and I'm literally, you're gonna see me falling. I won't last. I'm tripping the stairs with sneakers. I feel that. I be tripping on normal sandals. Flat sandals. You will see me falling in those. And not even down the stairs. Just that a tile is slightly a bit disproportionate. I'm falling straight first into the ground. Yeah. You give me a tiny heel, you give me a sandal, anything, I'm falling. You'll find me on the floor. So I can't imagine fighting in these bad boys. And I know that they do. It's just really crazy. It's kind of insane. Yeah, exactly. It's like, what are they doing? How are you surviving in this thing? I think it's just kind of insane. Alright, so this, we're gonna fuse it with this. We're not fusing this one because this one is actually clean line art. And it would kind of be silly if I fuse that with a messy sketch. So we're gonna lower the opacity of this so we don't get confused. We're gonna lower the opacity of this, and now we're doing actual line art. Woo, we made it past the suffering stage. Now we're in the part 2 of the suffering stage. Suffering stage part 2. So, I'm gonna... I still don't like how this chest piece looked, to be honest. I'm still kind of debating it so much. I hate when there's something that you know is off, but you can't point your finger on it, so you just kind of stare at it for a while. That's how I'm feeling right now. I'm not sure what is wrong with it. You know what? I'm gonna let it go. Because if I don't let it go, I'm gonna be stuck here all day. I'm sure tomorrow I'll figure it out. Even flipping the canvas is not helping me see more clearly. Yeah. Sometimes it just isn't helping. It's something that, it's just a small detail that you know is wrong, but you don't know what can possibly fix it. It's really bad. But in my case, it's that there's something about the chest area It's just not convincing to me. Okay, I'm gonna... Should I look for a sci-fi outfit reference? Would that help me? Really? Because this is not... I'm not buying this. I'm not buying it yet. I feel like... I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna take a look, see. I'm gonna see. Sci-fi outfit. Dress to impress? Who the heck? Design. Okay. How about character design? I kinda don't... Okay, you know what? No, maybe I don't need to look for character design. Look at... That is so basic. I don't... No. We won't pull that up. Oh, this is AI. Yeah. No, thank you. No, thank you. Sci-fi character designs. No. Maybe I'm looking for the wrong term. Maybe it's cyberpunk. Is it cyberpunk or sci-fi? I know they're not the same. We're looking for references. Don't mind us. Okay, no. Cyberpunk leans more into streetwear, like modern streetwear, basically. Okay. Yeah, no, it's modern streetwear. It's not really. It's not helping me. I'm kind of struggling. A character design that has a robot-looking chest plate. Sci-fi or maybe just futuristic. Outfit. Wow, I love fashion. This sucks. This is actually really ass. I'm getting out of here. Okay, so clearly, I don't like how this looks, so we're gonna duplicate it in case we don't like whatever we do now, and we're gonna erase it. It's just this chest area that bothers me, really. Like, that's the only thing I have a problem with. Everything else looks fine. It's just this chest piece that I don't know what I want to do with it. Like, let's see, what do we have? Giro has a bodysuit, so it's really not. This one has exposed sides here, so maybe I could do like you know, like that. Do it like this. It has like exposed sides here. But then my problem would be the pants. What would go on with the pants here? Would the pants be like big, baggy, like toji kind of pants that has like calling it Toji-esque pants. I didn't mute my notifications on my phone. Not bad. Fries can probably hear that then. Whoopsie. I should have put it on Do Not Disturb. Okay, and bro still looks like he has a crop top on, but it looks better, I think. Okay, I think it looks better, actually, with that. I kind of like it more. So now my issue is that there's still a blank spot. Ambulance. Oh god. Is that the ambulance? No. Maybe that's just a goofy car. Regardless, dang. That alarm was pretty loud. Can do like a... You can give him abs. No. I always thought they looked kind of silly. But I mean, we could. Like, we could be like, yeah. Could do that. That's kind of the cop-out way, to be honest. It's kind of the easy way out. Adding some abs and that's it. I don't know. Let's see. Once again, Giro, what do you look like? He just has a bodysuit, so it's not even... Bro has a bodysuit, but bro is not fit, so you can't really see his abdomens. He doesn't have any. I'm gonna have some wires here. Because there are some parts that are just wired. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I guess we're giving him sci-fi abs. Giving him robot abdomens. I'm not sure. If this looks really silly. Okay. We got robot abdomens. And then we can give him... Oh, we can just give him the same design. I can still give him a similar design to what Giro is rocking. I mean, they're matching. Sure, he could do it. Okay. It looks like he has a very thin waist, but that's gonna look different when it's colored. So, it'll be fine. He looks like he has a very, very thin waist. The hips are actually lying. I was gonna say they do not lie. Yes, they do. These are. These hips do lie. Okay. Okay. I liked that better than what we initially had. And then he lied, and they lied to you. Shakira, Shakira. Yeah, exactly. That is exactly what happened. They lied. Shakira, Shakira. Okay. Perfect. I'm not sure if they should... Should I make the sleeves have the... Yeah, it's kind of a cook. Yeah, I like this better. Yay! Now we have a... I should save this. I'm not saving the sketches, and that's not a good thing. I always save them. Ever since my amino days, I'm always saving, like, whatever progress I make. Okay, now here is the final question that I feel is very important. Do I give him? Oh my god, what is this noise? I don't know if it's because it's Saturday, but everyone and their mom want to be outside today. Hey, these people, can they not stay inside or something? I'm sorry, that sounds so antisocial of me to say. But I mean it, like, why you all gotta be so loud? Okay, we can do... Should we give him... Because here he has the front hair. I don't know if I want to give him the front hair or not. I like the house. It's better to stay inside. I agree. It can be so noisy and convoluted outside. Like, I'm sorry that sometimes that being outside is just not fun. Okay. I don't know if I actually want to give him that hair or not. I don't think it's necessary. I feel like he looks fine without him. He looks fine without them. Yeah, that's fine. Girl, I just keep coming up with like, could give him a random strand of hair. And his ponytail just got left behind. That looks pretty good. Again, is it really necessary? Yeah, I feel like it adds to it. What do you think? Do you think front hair is nice? Or front hair is kind of unnecessary? The front hair is coming from under the earphone. Hold on. It's coming from under here. So with or without? With, without, with, without. I need thoughts. give me your thoughts. Oh my goodness! Can't do anything. They're just loud. Then they'd be doing that at 12 a.m. Who's sleeping in that? Exactly. Yeah. Those dudes are exploding their ears. The street is not even that close. The street is pretty far away from where my house is. Like, it's kind of insane. They had places to go at midnight. Yeah, they had to go to the bars. Those are the only people that are out here at these hours. The drunkards. They got places to be. Okay. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know if I want this hair or not. I'm gonna be honest, this hair kinda iffy. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm gonna without, with. Okay, maybe we can try shorter. Shorter hair strands. actually looks pretty good. Like short front hair, short bangs. That looks pretty nice. Oh, it's stuck. Yeah, I think it adds more to the design overall. Also, it's not midnight when I'm recording right now. It's 9 p.m. But they do be doing that at 12. And it's terrible. Because everyone's sleeping. And then there's just some random loser driving a motorcycle at full speed. In streets where you shouldn't even be doing that to begin with. So I could have done this. Then I chose to do the short one instead. Short scooter. Okay, I'm gonna lower this lowest opacity possible. And now we're gonna make some smoother liner. My liner is still not smooth, even if it is like liner, it's still crisp. I'm using a crisp. Oh, I can't talk. I'm using a crispy brush, so it's never gonna look like smooth or nothing. It's kind of the goal. Not too big of a fan of too smooth liner, unless I'm doing like a very cartoonish art style, like what I did with the Galaxy Ranger artwork. That one has some very smooth line art, but that's because the art style it's made with that kind of. I like the liner a little rougher. It gives it more personality. Yeah, I agree. It gives it like a bit of uniqueness. Like, sometimes if you make, okay, so here's the thing. If you make smooth line art, but your coloring is very detailed, then it's fine. Because the liner, it'll be overshadowed by the coloring. But if your coloring is pretty stale, I personally think my coloring is very stale. Because my coloring is pretty basic. It's just swatches of like paint over and gradient, and it's not a very detailed coloring style. So I need to make it stand out more by using a less conventional line art that makes it more textured. But if you have an art style where the coloring just really stands out and it's not really like conventional, typical coloring, like it's not just smooth painting, you can get away with having smooth line art. My liner is too smooth in my opinion. I can understand. It's a very nice way to think about it. It's kind of just balance. It's literally, in all things there needs a balance. So if you have, so you need to have one thing to recompensate for the other that you're missing. In this case, if you're missing good or interesting line art, you have interesting coloring. If you have interesting coloring, then you can have, or the other way around, vice versa, basically. In my case, I think I have pretty iffy form of coloring. It's very basic. It depends the drawing though. Oh my god! Depends on the drawing. I do have drawings that are very like, I think the roughness sketch makes it more human, especially with AI being here. I think that's very cool to have. That's true. AI uses that very smooth lines to sort of try and blend in with most artists who use very smooth lines. having a textured art style is very important, I think. Yeah, that you make a very fair point. It does add some uniqueness and makes it stand out. I guess that's a good thing that my style was very textured oriented. Oops, I didn't need, I smacked my, I think we might have lost focus. I smacked my phone. Not bad, phone. I didn't mean to hit you like that. That was a little rough. Oh. Oh dear. My iPad is dying. It's okay. When it's at 5%, we'll stop. Dang, that ran out of battery fast. Maybe it's because I have it on full brightness. Probably is not a good idea. Or maybe it's because I've been here for almost 3 hours. 3 hours and barely made any progress. Girl yapped so hard, she didn't do anything. I don't care. It's fine. It was fun. It's fun anyways. This used to happen with my Instagram lives too. I would just end up yapping more than I did draw. Now it was a very enjoyable stream. I'm glad you think so. Thank you. I really appreciate it. We're gonna be here till this thing dies. Which is in a not so distant future. This thing is not lasting very long. No, the cable should not be under the hair. That's not logical. That doesn't make any sense. We going down with the ship? Exactly. Exactly. If we're going down together. Look how boring he looks without the scar. I'm sorry, like, bro looks basic. What is bro? Why bro looking at me like that? Where are your eyebrows? Now you need to draw his eyebrows. In a character design, the colors tend to be everything. In this case, you won't get to see the colors because this thing is on the verge of dying. But I'll probably update it on my story when we have colors and things like that tomorrow, because honestly I'm probably going straight to sleep after this one. Straight to bed. I'm not really tired, it's just that's just a typical hour. La 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 la. Can't wait to when I draw other characters to talk about them too. Cause I had a drawing of Sonechi, which was one of the most recent characters I showed in my story. I had a drawing of him in mind, but I kind of hated it, so I didn't finish it. We left it. We left it hanging. It's just kind of like that. Sometimes you can't force the art to art. If it's not arting, it just ain't working. Sometimes we gotta let it go. What was the point of this? Oh, yes, the wire. Oh, a wire. No, no, it's not a wire. It's just more metal. Whoops. Don't you hate when you accidentally color pick while trying to do line art? What is that? Why would you do that? There we go. Not exactly. Hold on. There we go. It's very similar to the one Giro has, but that's fine. I mean, it's not like we want it to be different. I saw some really pretty earphones while looking for like references for these. Like some were like just pretty wings and things like that, and I'm like, man, that would look very nice. But it doesn't fit like what I'm going for. Bro has a lot of eye symbolism in his original design. So I'm gonna be a bit on the nose, and we're gonna make, oh my god, stop selecting colors. Gonna make it an eye. You can't even tell. That's the neat part. You don't need to tell. Jesus, these cars are so loud. Yay! Banger. Oops. Oh my god. How many times are you gonna select spots? I don't want you to select. Oh yeah. Now we're on the verge. Now we are nearing the end. I'll figure that one out later. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna make this bigger. Like, yeah. Oh my goodness. How many times am I gonna accidentally? And how many times am I gonna say the same thing? That looks better before. We're gonna have to, I'm gonna add this so you can kind of see that there is a headphone there. Gotta add the other line because I only added one line. I'm gonna make it slightly longer so it can balance out with. Can you go bam? And just use the liquefy tool a little bit. Just so we can move these parts. Just like that. Bam. It looks very particular. I feel like maybe it's just too outside. It's not nearly. Here we go. Alright, there we go. Yeah, now they're more parallel. Perfect. Okay, we only got 5% left, so we're gonna have to end that here. I honestly thought I was gonna do a lot more. Oh wait, that's the wrong sketch, but it's this one. I thought we would be able to do more. We didn't. But at least we got stuff done, to be honest. Which I think is the most important aspect of all this. We got stuff done. So thank you. Thank you for sticking around. I'm glad you guys made it by. And we shall meet again in some other part of the universe. May the iPad rest in peace. We'll make another live maybe. Another time, maybe with a different drawing. Maybe coloring instead. Doing line art, I'm not sure. We'll see. We shall see. I'm turning this off now. Goodbye. You gotta have your chance to say your goodbyes. How do you... I don't know how I turn this thing. How do I make you stop? I found